If you look at the internet and the advent of the internet, that I believe has been the biggest leveler in history for the world. Where before you used to have the haves and the have-nots. The haves had all the information, all the education, and the have-nots used to linger behind. The internet has actually opened all of that up, so you can be in either New York or London or in some remote place of India. If you have access to the internet, you're able to access information and you access knowledge. Knowledge is, of course, power. And so for me, the internet is the future. Is the future for a developing country like India and for all developing countries around the world. And therefore, I think the Indian government's emphasis on digital India is not just for the sake of it. It's to give young Indians and people around the world that big lift up in terms of positioning themselves, promoting themselves, and making progress in the world. Well, the best innovation in the world is often done on frugal budgets, and the best innovators in the world, by its very nature, is not about flooding the markets with billions and billions of dollars. You look at research in pharmaceuticals, for instance. There are companies that spend billions of dollars every year but don't come out with one medicine. Whereas in the IT industry, and if you look at India, we're the best at jugaad. We're the best at making a great product or a great service out of very little. And I think one should not always look on how much money is put into it, but how many good people you bring towards projects. And Digital India is about bringing great minds together, in my view. I think if you look at a country like the UK, where it's actually succeeded is bringing education and industry closer together. So yes, there's an excellence in academic achievement and prowess, but how do you link that to the needs of an economy? And that matching of your education system with that of the needs of industry is something that a country like India could definitely learn from more. It's moving in the right direction, but bringing together corporate India and the excellent education that is now coming up in India is really where you will be able to bridge the skills gap. Well, it opens up. It opens up an individual to the whole world. But that's not the end of it. That's just the beginning. It's just an extra tool. Ultimately, your fundamentals have to be strong. Your maths, your English, your language skills have to be strong. Your science skills. And so that starts right at the primary level or at the kindergarten level. And so when one talks about social media and the internet, yes, it's an important tool, a very, very important tool in a development process, but ultimately the fundamentals have to be absolutely strong.